Hi, I'm here to show you the proper settings for the new free Affinity using the Mac Tahoe version and an Epson F170 printer. So the first thing we're going to do is look at our settings. When you get this and start it up, I go right to user interface because I can't stand the black. Some people like it, I don't. So if you want to change that first, you'll go to user interface, and as you see, you can adjust the gray level. I have everything pretty dark, light. The artboard, you can see the gray level doesn't do much. I don't know where the artboard is. Text contrast, I have everything all the way up, and the brightness. If you keep the brightness down, it's very black. So I keep everything like that. The UI contrast I have as high, or I have it off, default. High. Oh, don't want that. So I'm going to go back to this, change everything again, because I can't see. Again, it's up to you. It's your preference. The tool tip display, really there's nothing you really want to do with that. Maybe I'll make it a little darker so I can see. I had to play around with this a lot so I could actually see what I was doing. I forgot which one. Yeah, there we go. Make it a little darker so I can see this. Okay. Next we're going to go to our colors. That's number 1. Or we can finish. Yeah, let's go down here. I have all these on. Lock the background layer on, pixel view for images, show lines and points, show text in points, show brush previews. I don't need to see the crosshairs. Auto commit filters on, touch bar support, I have it on. White background for font drop down I have on. I don't have on for the creating layers and groups or allow trackpad to scroll. Again, it's up to you. You can do what you want. So next is color. This is the most important to keep these settings. Your RGB color profile is always going to be the sRGB 1EC61966-21. The 32-bit is going to be the same but linear. CMYK color profile is web-coded swap version 2. Grayscale color profile is D50. Lab color is Scilab D50. And the most important thing, your rendering intent. I keep mine on relative colorimetry. You have 2 other options, but you're going to see different colors. We keep it on this for, well, I keep it on this for all my prints. And I printed the same graphic in all the computers, Mac, Windows, the F570, the F170, so this is my standard. Always keep black point compensation on. Convert open files to working space and worn is off. And worn is off. When assigning working profile, keep it on. Enable EDR by default on. Let's see what else I have. This is on. Perform OCIO conversion based on file menu. And worn. Associate. These are off. I don't use them. I have no use for them. I don't play around with this. This is for your disk space. You can adjust it. You know how much RAM you have, which is memory. Disk space is your hard drive, and undo limit up to 1024. My view quality is always best quality. I don't keep it as fastest. Dither gradients on. Use precise clipping. You could have it on or off. File recovery interval is 300 seconds. Retain rendering, automatic best. There are others. I don't do low quality and I don't do slow. I enable Meta Compute Acceleration because I have an Apple M4. Just got another new computer with the Mac 4. We went through the interface already, so there's really not much you're going to change. Under shortcuts, apply to all. There's nothing I do with any of these at all. And that's it. So my color, my performance in general, that's all I play with. So we're going to close that. I don't want to restart because I changed something. All right. First thing we're going to do, I've already put something out, but we're going to start from square one. You're going to go to File and New. So you're not going to go to Open, you're going to go to New. All right, here is your preset orientation. You can use either one, either way. I'm going to do it this way. I always pick... I'm going to do letter for now. I don't do the A5, the A4. There are several things you can do here. And choose if it's a photo, 16 by 20, and then it's also going to change this. So I kind of play around with, you can see there's all different things for each device. So I'm going to go with letter, and I can always change the size, but I'm going to go with letter. My document, make sure it's in inches and not pixels or points. DPI is going to always be 300. See, here's where you can change it to, 20 by 10, whatever you want. I'm just starting off with letter. My color format, this is very important. This is going to be the RGB 8, not 16, not any of these. Your color profile is also going to be the sRGB IEC 61966-2.1. They stay the same. Now, many people, for the background, you can choose transparent or white. I like to choose transparent because if I'm bringing in a graphic that already has a white background, or maybe it's like a light gray, you want to be able to see what color that background is if you haven't removed it. So I always do transparent. You can do white. It's up to you. Artboards, I don't have that on. Image placement, you're going to do prefer embedded, not linked. All these are off unless you're going to do a multi-page where you're doing a gigantic sweatshirt and the highest, well, you're using the F170, so you don't have to worry about that, although you can, because you're going to piece it together. So then you would put on multi-page, and that tells you how. I don't play around with that. I hate margins. You can choose margins. I don't do bleed or drawing scale. Again, you can choose what you want. The most important things are your color format. That's very important. So we're going to create the document. And there we go. I thought I had transparent. I must have changed it. Let's see where I put that. I gotta fix it. Where did I put it? That's okay. Oh, there we go. I turned it off. Okay, so I want transparent. There we go. Now it's transparent. The next thing you're going to do is bring your graphic in. So you're going to go to File, and you're going to do Place. unless you've had a document you've already created with Affinity and saved it as an Affinity file, then you can go to open. Or something you've already had, you can choose the graphic here. It'll stay in memory. But I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch. So here is my folder. You can choose what folder you want, and I'm going to do this one, which I've already printed and pressed. Really came out great. And you wait for the little arrow. So we're going to make it any size we want. And as you see here, to the right is your width and height. So again, you can change that size of what you want. Okay, so I'm going to have it like here, 7 by 7. So if you're going to put it on a board, hanging door, if you want it bigger, you might want to do it in paragraph mode or horizontal, whatever. But I'm going to do this one since I already printed and pressed it. So the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to add a font. So I'm going to go to this letter T, click the arrow, and I'm going to do an artistic tool. So I'm going to go over here and type snowman, family, or something like that. Okay, now you're saying, oh gosh, it's too small. I'm going to make it bigger. I have 10 people texting me. It's driving me crazy. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't like this font. So I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to go up here where my fonts are. And as you see, when you go down here, you can see all the different fonts. And I kind of like this one. Or this, yeah, I like this one. Or maybe this one? Nope. Alright, so you can choose the fonts that you have in your computer, but this is how you change it. Like that one. Okay, so what you're going to do now is go here. Oh, I guess you can make it light or dark or bold. There we go. I like it bold. Okay. I'm going to go here. And this is your movement tool. You can make it bigger. You can adjust it however you want. Now, let's say you want to change the color to a color in the picture. So we're going to double click. We're going to go to our eyedropper color picker. We're going to go there, and I have a cross. Oh, again with this, I got to take it off that crosshair. So that's going to drive me crazy. Okay, take it off this. Alright, so I'm having this crosshair so I can see what I'm choosing. So let's say I want this blue. There we go. Or I want this blue. Very light, so that would be a no. Black. Cream, that would be a no. Alright, well, you get the drift. Now, you can go up here also and change the color. Make it any color you want. You can go this way, you can go that way. Any color you want. You play with it. Well, that's cool. Alright, let's stick with that. Alright, good. So now we've got that color. And now I'm going to put some text up here. So I'm going to go back to text and type play in the snow. I don't know, wait, let me see what let it snow. That's what I'm going to type. I'm going to do it all in caps. Now it's still going to come out the same color, but oops, hit enter, and it went away. Snow. and it needs to be up here. I need to get it up here. I moved it around. Okay, so I have Let It Snow up here. I'm going to move this aside so I can, there we go. All right, and you can use the same color also, or if you want it black, again, you can go up here, change it all to black, and there's black up here, and black up here. Okay, so now to get it on here, go up here and size it, move it up, rotate it. So really, just play around with it. He does a lot of stuff. Okay, also on this, we're going to highlight it all, and we're going to go to the FX, where you can bevel it. You see how that changed? This is the radius, the size, you see, the opacity. I always have it at 100%. I'm just showing you what you can do. You can do an outline. Let's say you want it in black. I already have it in black, so I'm going to make the outline bigger. There we go. I'm just playing around, showing you what you can do with this program. You can do 3D, and you see how that's cool. I like that. Okay, you can do an inner shadow, you can do an inner glow, a color overlay. There's a lot you can do with this. An outer shadow. I'm just going to go back here and again play around with it. And you can also change the size, as you see. Make it 74, 96 is a little too big. Go with 72. Okay. So, that's just some of the things that I love about this. And you can also, if you don't want it, just take it off. Just unclick everything. I kind of like it, so we'll leave it. We're going to go back to layers. Again, it's the FX. Here's your layers where your pictures are. And you see the size of that. If I click here, that's the size of your graphic. All right, now the thing is you're going to want to know how to print. So we're going to go to File, and we're going to go to Print. And here is my Epson, the CF100. Default settings, copies 1, and again I have the letter size. If you have a different size, you can make a maximum, manage your custom sizes. Right now it's letter. Of course, you're an F170, you're not going to print anything bigger. Range entire document. Fit to printable, I don't do scaling. Orientation, you can change your orientation. Portrait to landscape, which is what I wanted to do, but all right, let's leave it at portrait. Document layout, you do nothing. Bleeding marks, you do nothing. You don't do anything with your layout. Paper handling, you don't do anything. Of course, you could do anything you want, but to print with this printer, you're going to go to printer options, color options. It may be on Epson. Make sure you do not use Epson. You want to use the Affinity and the Epson ICC profiles. You'll have two. You'll have quite a few. Make sure you choose textile. If you're doing the other one, everything, it's going to be dark. So trust me, for even if you're printing on metal or wood, keep it at textile. You'll be happy. Next, printer options. Again, we're going to go to print settings. And here are your choices. They have to match. You picked textile earlier, your print quality. You can do normal. Fine uses a lot more ink. Mirror image, in case you're doing glass, when you're printing on some glass or mirrors, you can take it off mirror image here. So we're going to go OK. There's nothing else you're going to do. And you can see it's all lined up on one page, and you're going to hit print. And I've already printed this and pressed it. If I hit print again, it's going to print, so I'm not printing it. And really, that's it. You can mess around with it. To save it, you're going to, now let's say you want to save it as a PNG file to use somewhere else. So what you're going to do is you're going to export it. You're going to export it, and a lot of people don't know how to do this. PNG file. I don't want it as, I want it as inches, but we don't do the hidden layers, pixel format. Okay, so we're going to leave everything. Now it's calculating. Enable ICC profiles. And really, that's all I mess around with. Is I've set it to ping PNG file and then hit export. And it's going to ask you where and all the other things. And cancel it. If you want to save it for Affinity, you're going to hit Save As. Untitled, where you want to put it. And really, that's it. And it's going to save it as an Affinity file. Alright, if there's any other questions, again, this is just for your setting up and your, this program does a hell of a lot too. It really does some nice stuff. We're just doing the proper settings for the F170 and how to print it in Mac Tahoe. And that's it. You can always get me. You can always message me. I have people messaging me all the time, but message me. I'm on Eastern time, so some people are in another country and they're messaging me in the middle of the night. Just get me on Facebook. See you later.